Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul, where we do a very short discussion and a bit of a meditation process. And we also take a few questions and answers. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium and channel and an intuitive life coach. We'll just give a minute or two for everybody to get on board with us and join. So I have with me today the energy of a collective called the Ascended, who have been with me for about 4.5 years. And they wanted to discuss the idea of awakening your soul. And a lot of people do not understand what this concept means, to awaken your soul. You perceive reality through your 5 physical senses: sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. And for the most part, many people believe that what I see, hear, smell, touch, and taste is the only reality, that what you perceive through your physical senses and your physical body is the only perceptible reality. And one of the things they say is it's important we clarify that that is not the complete truth. You live in several worlds simultaneously. The obvious world that you live in right now is the physical world that has been most distracting to you. And by that we mean that your attentions have been brought into only perceiving from the perspective of your physical body. As a result of that, many of you do not consider these other realms of existence that you actually live and move and have your being in them as well. The realm of thought, for example, we can clearly demonstrate to you that your thought is invisible. You have them in your mind, you are aware they are there, you are analyzing, you are measuring what we are saying, you're weighing it. But your process of analysis and evaluation is an internal, invisible process. It is not in this physical world. It's not. Your thoughts are not in the physical world until you enact them through the form. So you have this visible realm of matter, which is obvious, the body, your senses of the body. You have this other realm that is not visible to your senses. You cannot look at somebody and see their thoughts and know their analysis and know what they're weighing or measuring, because the realm of thought is invisible relative to the dimension of matter. Now, we want to discuss the concept of awakening your soul, but in order to do that, you need to understand that you are not exclusively a physical body, nor are you exclusively the monitor of your thoughts. But we need to demonstrate to you that you have a physical component of existence and creation, and you have non-physical components of existence and creation. The non-physical realm of thoughts, you can observe your thoughts. All of you can observe your thoughts. You can observe your memories. You can observe your emotions. And yet your thoughts and your memories and your emotions are not visible to the world. They are in an invisible realm. You might say a storage system of consciousness. Your conventional psychology and psychiatry would call this your subconscious mind. But our point here is that there is a visible realm that you exist in through the physical form, and an invisible realm that you exist in not through a physical form. But you can observe thought, you can observe memory, you can observe sensations of the body. You are in this invisible realm. Now, the realm of thought is, again, not representative of who you are as a soul, but simply a collage of information, both experiential and imaginative, that you've acquired from this lifetime and many others. And this realm of thought is not the aspect of your soul that we wish you to become aware of. The aspect of your soul that you are is your awareness, the one that you are that is aware of thoughts, aware of senses, aware of memories, aware of imaginings. That this aspect of you that we call your awareness is this other dimension of your being that is neither matter nor thought. So you are not thought and you are not matter, but you can be aware of both thought and matter. If you identify with one or the other, then you are bound to one or the other as the locus of your identity, so long as your attention remains fixated on them. That is, you believe all I can know is what I see and hear and smell and touch and taste and feel with this body. That is all I know. Then the locus of your identity is on the physical dimension exclusively, and you will be unaware of the dimension of your being, your soul. Equally so, you can be fixated on thoughts and memories and anticipations. You can be fixated on imaginings, but you will still have the locus of your identity in the realm of thought. What we refer to is you, the soul, the awareness. You are the one that is the bridge between the physical, the mental, and the spiritual dimensions of existence. And there are many dimensions of existence beyond the ones that are perceivable to your five physical senses. But our goal today is very simple, to give you the opportunity to at least begin the process of awakening yourself to yourself. Recognizing that there is a clear delineation in consciousness between flesh and thought and spirit, body, mind, and soul, and you are the soul, designed by nature to be able to orchestrate and operate the functions of thought and biology as an act of your will. If you find yourself bound to the locus of your identity being that of the body exclusively, then you will be governed by the sense pleasure of pain and pleasure. You'll be governed by the senses of the body exclusively, which can make it very difficult for you to change situations and circumstances because they can seem more real to you than anything else. Or you may be bound by the realm of your thoughts and your memories and your evaluated process, and your locus of your identity then is in the mental realm. What we want to do is facilitate your awareness awakening that you are not your thoughts, you are not your body. You have thoughts and you have a body, but you are not them. You utilize them as a function of creation, or are designed by nature to at least be able to do that. If you can begin to consider that you are the watcher of your thoughts, the observer of the sensations of the body, but you are not them, you begin to move in this position that we call awakening, where you begin to awaken to a reality of yourself that is not bound by the dictates of time, space, matter, or thought. That is, you can evaluate both matter and thought from the perspective of your awareness and make very clear, consistent, and tangible changes in other realm as a function of your own creative consciousness. But in order to do this, you must be able to make the distinction between yourself as the body, the mind, and the soul. You must make these discernments so that you can begin to awaken. You are not your thoughts. You are not your memories. You are not your emotions. You are not your body. You have these components which interact with each other. Thought interacts with matter. Matter interacts with thought. Emotion interacts with thought. Emotion interacts with matter. And you are designed to be the conductor of these things, not the subjective component to these things. You're not designed by nature to be subjective to matter, subjective to thought. Thought and matter are designed to be subjective to you, so that you can function creatively and intelligently. Many of you find yourself bound and enslaved by the ideas of your governments and your leaders and your educators. You find yourself entranced in certain beliefs and ideas without having developed the ability to evaluate the truth or falsity of these ideas. And so many of you are struggling to find real meaning or value in your life, not because you don't have any real meaning or value to who you are, but because what you are focusing on or believing in does not have any real meaning or value for you. And the only way you can begin to assess any of these things, whether what is real or what is not real, is through your awareness, through the awakening of your soul, to realize that you are not thought, you are not memory, you are not biology. These things are subjective to you, but please understand that you do not have the capacity, at least not at this stage in your consciousness, to orchestrate changes in the general functionality of time, space, and matter. As a soul, you can transcend time, space, and matter, in which case if you were so well developed, then you would not need matter, nor time, nor space to define your existence. But because you are here, you still need something to reflect yourself off of to begin to make discernments about who you are. That is to say, you need to experience pain and pleasure in order to recognize who you are. That the body experiences these things, and these things are temporary. That you can be observant of thought and memory and emotion, and they too are also temporary. You are the soul, the eternal component of consciousness that exists within the form, hearing these words that we speak to you. It is this aspect of the self that you need to awaken, to realize you are not your thoughts, you are not your memories, you are not your emotions, you are not that body, you have these things. And what you hold on to in thought, you shall create an experience. If you believe you are but a physical body, then you are bound exclusively by the causes and effects of time, space, and matter, and how they influence one another. That is, time, space, and matter interact with each other in a dynamic way all the time, and you become amenable or subjective to those interactions, not recognizing that you can actually alter and change the functions of time and space and matter with your awareness. You have that authority and ability once you recognize that. When you understand that the body is merely an instrument through which you learn to cultivate the function of creation, then it does not matter whether your body is male or female. It will be what it is. What matters is that you learn the function of creation. This is what you are here to learn, the function of creation. We speak not of biological procreation, as that is a natural given. That's how individuals come into this dimension, to come into the school of learning, if you can accept that concept, that you come into this dimension to learn the function of creation, not to be embodied as flesh exclusively, although many of you have spent many lifetimes living as a body, believing you are the body. Many of you spent many lifetimes believing that your thoughts are the only exclusive way of knowing who you are. And a rare few of you begin to recognize, I am not my thoughts. I am not my emotions. I am not this body. I have these thoughts. I have these emotions. I have this body. They are instruments that I can learn to create and express ideas and create experiences through. The vast majority of you simply come to this dimension to indulge in the experience of this dimension exclusively, and there's no right or wrong to that process. You have a free will to decide to do that. And some of you have come to realize, I am here to be a creating intelligence. And some of you flourish in the most wonderful and creative ways in this world, innovating and manipulating time and space and matter differently than most, because your creative compulsion is so intense that your soul cannot be resisted. That is, time, space, and matter will surrender themselves to you in the influence of your creative consciousness, asserting your will over mind and matter. The process of beginning to awaken your soul is not a difficult or complex process in terms of the mechanical understanding of the process, but it is difficult perhaps in its application, as the vast majority of people tend to be embodied as the flesh being the only locus of their identity, so they cannot consider a possibility other than the body as being the source of experience and information. But the moment you can take your body and put your body into a state where it is still and quiet, open and receptive, and undistracted and undisturbed by environmental considerations, when you can place the body in that position, you will achieve the first step to keep the body still, quiet, and peaceful. To leave it in a seated position or a position that is comfortable. To place the body into a state where it is no longer directing you. It is quiet, still, calm, and peaceful. This is the first step. In order to do that, you must assert your will over matter. And this is what it is. When you direct your body to breathe, you are asserting your will over this matter. And so you use the function of breath as the instrument to direct the form to function in very precise and specific ways. Once the body is still and quiet and peaceful, then the second step to awakening your soul to realizing who you are and experiencing the nature of what you are as an electromagnetic phenomena imperceptible to your sciences. That is what your soul is. Your soul is an electromagnetic phenomena imperceptible to your current sciences. So you place the body in a position where it is still, quiet, peaceful, open, and receptive. And you keep it still, and thus, as you breathe slowly and deeply and direct the form to relax more fully and completely. When the body is in that position, and we have seen many individuals go through this process, the vast majority of people in the very beginning tend to have this experience they call falling asleep, which we tend to call falling awake, as when you get your body to a position where it is unable to distract you, the body will take on the appearance of having been put into a state resembling sleep. You might find someone in such a deep state with their head hanging down or the face quiet, calm, and serene, and the body just merely sitting, appearing to be inanimate or inactive. The vast majority of people lose consciousness of themselves as the body falls asleep because the locus of one's identity is put aside. The goal then is to remain conscious and awake and yet keep the body into a state that resembles sleep so that you can begin to continue to remain conscious and aware without the distractions of the environment impinging upon you through the senses or the physical sensations of the body distracting you. Getting your body into that position where it is still, quiet, peaceful, open and receptive, but no longer distracting you. When the body is thusly attained and you are still awake and aware that you are aware, then you move your consciousness to the realm of the invisible, the realm of thought and memory and emotion. And you communicate to thought, to memory, to emotion in the same fashion where you instruct the body to breathe. And as you exhale, you instruct the mind then to become quiet, calm, and peaceful. You give your mind your permission to be still, to not think for a little while, to simply begin to be quiet, open, and receptive. As you use your breath in the same fashion you did with the body, the mind also will begin to become still and quiet. It's what one of your great masters said, it is like calming the seas. When you can calm the seas of your mind, then you'll begin to become more familiar with yourself as what you are, what we call the soul, the vibrational element that gives life to the body, which is what you are. When your mind and body are put into a state where they are no longer distracting you or disturbing you, then you can begin to commune with yourself. The pursuit then of a higher consciousness becomes a possibility when you're no longer distracted by the mind and the body. Then the pursuit of a higher consciousness becomes possible to you when the mind and body are no longer able to distract you. And this is very important to understand, that the vast majority of you that say you are meditating are still distracted by your minds and still distracted by your bodies and still distracted by your emotions. But when your mind and body are completely still and quiet and peaceful, this is when you begin to awaken, is where you, beautiful soul, begin to feel yourself as you really are, the vibrational nature of yourself as something that is not defined by either thought nor flesh. You are yourself. You begin to feel yourself as this very exquisite and unique consciousness that is no longer bound by the constraints of ideas, ideologies, philosophies, concepts imparted to you by the environment. You begin to experience perhaps the gentle bliss that naturally comes with being free of thought, memory, emotion, and biology. In the process of awakening your soul, in this process of awakening your soul, awakening yourself, in this process you begin to find true freedom and liberation that you cannot find in this world nor in your mind, but which you can bring into your mind and into this world. When you understand your true nature, then the function of your nature can be imparted to your own mind and body. Just as the world imparted an identity onto you, you can impart your spiritual nature onto your mind and body. You can bring heaven to earth, so to speak. You cannot bring earth to heaven, but you can certainly bring heaven to earth. And your true nature as a spiritual entity can be defined as a state of beauty and bliss, unencumbered by the slings and arrows of time and space and matter. Lifetimes of accumulated experience can no longer impede you once you are able to entrain your mind and body into this state where they can no longer distract you. Then a realm of information and knowledge begins to become available to you that is not from this world, what we call these other dimensions, these other beings, these other spirits, the divines that you speak of, your gods, your infinite ones. They become available for you to begin to commune with and connect with and learn from guides, angels, ascended masters, who are at different spectrums of their own individual spiritual evolution, can interact with you as you shift your consciousness. It's like moving from the realm of the physical dimension to the realm of the mental dimension to the realms of the spiritual dimension and the many dimensions which go onward and upward eternally into time and space and beyond. You get the opportunity to interact with other realms of information than the ones only provided to you from your 5 physical senses. And our goal today has been very simple: to articulate the process, the mechanics, and the understanding that you must learn to make a distinction between yourself as a body, as a mind, as a spiritual entity. And you must define that, experience that as clearly as you can. And the simplicity in the process of being able to instruct your mind and body to be still and quiet liberates you from their distractions, that you might begin to experience yourself as you truly are, not simply a cacophony of thoughts and memories, emotions and sensations that for a large number of people today is very uncomfortable. What's going on in your minds, in your energy, in your bodies. It can be very, very difficult. And until you can place your mind and body aside long enough for you to look in the mirror of yourself and begin to remember the beautiful you that you already are, instead of looking upon the confusion that may have been placed in your mind by this world, which makes it far more difficult to know who you are. But this process we call awakening. And we've articulated in this period of time in the shortest and simplest terms we possibly can. The practice and application of the process is the most difficult, especially if you are doing this on your own, where you're seeking to teach your mind and body to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, which you can do, but it is far more difficult when you are doing this on your own. This is why there are so many teachers emerging into this dimension, as you have called for them to be liberated from your suffering and your fears, your anger, your confusion. You've been calling for this, and we have arrived. And so you have the opportunity then to receive guidance that you cannot get from this world directly, as the world as it is now is a very difficult place for the vast majority of you. But it does not have to be so. In the process of awakening your soul, the function of liberation is yours. You will no longer be dependent on this world to provide you with the sense of well-being and comfort that you seek. For you become that sense of well-being and comfort that you seek. You are that sense of well-being and comfort that you are seeking. You are what you are seeking, not your body, not your mind. You, soul, awareness that hears these words in their true meaning. You are what you seek. Many of you are seeking desperately to get from the world what you cannot get from the world. You cannot get from the world what you must acquire from spirit. And to acquire it from spirit, you must give up the world. And you give up the world in the process called meditation. You train your mind and you train your body to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, that you then may begin to experience yourself as you are, the awakening of your soul. Awaken your soul. We hope that you would consider doing this even while we speak, that you are breathing slowly and deeply and putting your body aside and letting the distractions of the world fall to a minimum, perhaps only allowing the sound of our words to guide you in this process, that you can give your body permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, to allow all of its tensions to be released and liberated, that you can turn your attention to the thinking mind and direct it to be still and quiet and peaceful while using the function of your breath as the instrument of direction that you assert upon your body and mind to instruct them, or you might even consider the word indoctrinate your mind and body into a state of relaxation. To say to your mind, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. To say to the body, relax, relax, you are safe, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. To give your mind and body mechanism direction to be quiet and still, that you can begin to experience yourself as you are, and not simply through the lens of your personality, your senses, which only allow you to glimpse the senses and the personality, but it does not let you see beyond them. You must put them aside. You must take off the mask and then look in the mirror of self-reflection, that you can begin to experience the vibrational bliss that is truly who you are. Even in the communication of our words, we seek to transmit the essence of the truth, that the vibration of your ability to receive it is sufficient enough. You will feel a change. Even hearing our words, you will feel a subtle change in your own sense of being. And it is not because of us. We are simply stimulating what is something within you already that is vibrationally in resonance with what we speak of, much the same way as a beautiful song will captivate your body to sway to it. So too you can only respond or react to that which you are in resonance with. You are not your body, but you have a body. You are not your thoughts, but you have thoughts. You are a soul, that when the mind and body are put gently aside, you shall begin to awaken. You shall begin to get connected to and gain access to information not readily available to you in this world. And rather than running around like chickens with your heads cut off trying to find the information you seek in this world so desperately to tell you who you are and what you should be and what you should do and where you should go, go within. You have the answer within you. You are the answer. The body is not the answer. Your thoughts are not the answer. If your body and your thoughts were the answer, you would have been answered by now. So you must look beyond the body. You must look beyond the thoughts. You must look inward, away from the world, away from its distractions, away from its sensations, so that you can begin to recommune with your true self, or at least one aspect of that self that is not bound by flesh nor thought, and that aspect of yourself has governance over both thought and flesh when you properly understand that you are a soul, a spirit of universal light. Your breath is a very sacred instrument at your disposal at all times. You always have authority to say to your body, breathe. To some degree, you always have authority over the flesh. To some degree, you always have authority over your mind. That degree may be lesser or more, depending upon your unique situation. If it is less, then you will be struggling more. If it is more, then you'll be struggling less. As you gain proper authority over your mind and body, you will spontaneously move to the state that we call liberation. And once you are liberated from subjectivity to your mind, your body, and this world, then your function of creation becomes available to you. The vast majority, you still believe that the body is the only sense of who you are, that you believe that your body is the only aspect of you that allows you to exist. And it does allow you to exist in this dimension, but it is not who you are. It is an instrument that follows your instruction and direction. It is designed that way so that you could learn. It is certainly necessary to have a body to be in this world of time and space. It is not necessary to have a body in order to exist, but it is necessary to have a body to exist in this world in the way that you understand it. There are those of us that have the ability to interact with this world without a physical form, but that takes a different understanding than the vast majority of you might have. As you can see, this process of information coming through this one is one of the ways in which we can demonstrate that while we are not in the world, we can still interact with the world. And so too, as you begin to elevate your consciousness up, as you begin to awaken your soul, as you say to the body, be still, as you say to the mind, you do not have to think for a little while, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. As you learn to direct your mind and body, instead of depending upon the world to direct it for you, which is very difficult. As you learn to direct your mind and body, and they acquiesce to your direction, you begin to awaken. Your soul will begin to awaken. And there's a vibration of well-being, if it's only but a little tingly sensation that even the flesh can feel when you begin to awaken. Your body will be revivified, re-energized, rejuvenated, revitalized when you awaken your soul, as your soul is a function of love and not of biology exclusively. And when you awaken yourself to that vibration that you are, and your body shall be affected. You shall feel the tingly sensations. You shall feel the vitality of your true nature as you awaken to it again. You are a soul, a spirit of universal light. Come into this world to learn the function of creation, the sacred act of your breath, the instrument of beginning to reassert your authority and dominion over this world. The beginning step of being able to demonstrate you can assert authority over flesh and time and space. The same is true for your thinking mind, that you can turn to the thinking mind and say to it, be still, be still, be still. And as that mind becomes quiet and acquiesces to your direction, you begin to experience yourself as something more than flesh and thought. You begin to experience the unique signature of your consciousness, independent of matter's definition and time's definition and thought's definition. For those of you that can hear these words, hear them. For those of you that can feel them, then feel them. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear, then you shall see and you shall hear. You are here to awaken your soul. You are here to learn creation. You are here to remember who you are. And yes, that which you call God shall shine upon you in very wonderful and new ways when you give up the world to reclaim your soul. That does not mean you give up your life. It does not mean you give up your money. It does not mean you give up your cars. It does not mean you give up the stuff you've acquired of this world. It means that those things are not as important to you as your union with the source of your life. For greater than all these things of the world is this reunion with the Spirit within you. To awaken your soul is the beginning of knowing your communication and connection to what you call God, your angels, your ascended masters, your loved ones. In spirit, all is whole. In flesh, it is separate. So take a few moments, if you will, to just give your body the permission to be still. Give your mind direction that it does not have to think for a little while. We're not saying you shouldn't think. We're saying suspend the action of thought, as the action of thought has very little to do with thinking. Thinking is a function of your soul, not a function of the memory systems in your mind. Thinking is a function of your soul, not a function of thought. Getting your thought quiet and still, getting your body calm and peaceful, placing them into a state where they cannot disturb you or distract you for a little while. Give yourself but 5 minutes a day even, where you say to your mind and body, be still, be still, be still, be still. And you give them rest from the world as well. And in that place where your mind and body are still and quiet, there, if you are patient and observant, you will begin to remember who you are. You'll begin to feel the vibration. Perhaps it might be just a distant but perceptible something feels better sensation. But we can assure you that once you begin to step away from being subjective to the thoughts in the body, you step towards the awakening of your soul and communion with the Spirit within you. We hope this has proved beneficial and useful for you today, that you might awaken your soul from the suffering of the world that you believe you must accept. Let us tell you this one more thing. There's this concept that was given to humanity, this concept of sin. Let us tell you now that there is no inherent evil in any soul. You may acquire or inherit beliefs and ideas, but inherently all are good. All come from one great source. Cast away this idea that there's anything inherently evil or bad about you. Cast aside that idea. And know that if you can put that idea aside, you may begin to see the light of who you are again. At the very least, if you take to your heart what we have said to you today and you apply it, you'll realize that for yourself inevitably anyway. For one who steps away, for one who surrenders the world, they shall regain their soul. Wow. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. That's my Saturday morning. They got me up pretty early this morning. Got me up to connect with them. Hi there. Someone saying I had the satsang flu about 3.5 years ago. My brain changed. Will I awaken in this life? Yes, you may awaken. Remember, biology, things affect the body, thoughts affect the mind and body, acts affect the soul. Chemically, neurologically, physically, things can get broken in the body. The body can have a trauma or an event that happens, like a flu, as you're describing. However, you can correct this if you are able to train your mind and body to, because man, whatever you believe about that flu, whatever you have in your mind about that flu, will play an influence over sustaining and maintaining the conditions. Like, if you're told you're a clumsy ox, you're going to be clumsy. If you're told you're a pig, you're going to act like a pig. If you're told you're beautiful, what you hold on to in terms of belief will affect you. But if you can take your mind and body, put them into a position like they're saying for at least even 5 minutes a day, where you just get the body quiet, calm, and peaceful, and get the mind shut off. When these two are out of your way, you begin to experience yourself as a vibration. I don't know how many of you are experiencing this today. I'm quite buzzed right now on the energy of them communicating all this to us. So yes, to answer your question directly and immediately, yes, of course you can. Even if the brain is physically changed, when you go through the process and you awaken yourself, because you can, if you're dependent upon your body to define who you are, you're going to have a difficult time. If you think the body is what defines you, no, the world has defined you. You must define you. Most people let the world define them. So yes, you can awaken in this lifetime, irrespective of what's happened. You can train your mind and body to allow you to awaken. Absolutely. Good morning, everybody. Hello, YouTube. Good to see you, Dave. Good morning, Amanda. Do you see me being able to go for my international trip scheduled for October 12th, please? Yesterday, my endocrinologist gave me the go-ahead for the trip, but what she said raised doubts in my mind. Again, be mindful of what you're going to choose to accept. We've all been, and I've been through this process too. We've all been so conditioned by the environment to believe certain things. We're so externally focused. We think that what we need is going to fulfill us can only come from the world, that we're disconnected from what is within you. And there's a power within you that can heal the body. It built bones, arms, legs. From the moment your body was born, look at when you were a little child, your body transformed and changed. You didn't do that. Something inside you did that to the body. And it would make good sense to get in touch with that inside you to make changes rather than depending upon the world to do it for you. So yeah, you're going to have an amazing trip, right? Have an amazing trip. You are going to have an amazing trip. If you accept fear, then fear you shall reap it. Right? You have beautiful glandular system. When was the last time you talked to your glandular system and told it how beautiful and grateful you are? How beautiful it is and how grateful you are for everything your glandular system does for you. Your body hears you. Every cell in your body is listening to you. Look at the cells in this hand. Listen, close, open, close. It's listening to me, okay? Every thought you think, every thought you receive influences you. Yesterday, during yesterday's live event, some spirit spoke and said that the biggest challenge most people are facing is this condition called suggestibility. And that anything you hear, see, smell, touch, taste can influence you. Anything you can say or think will influence you. So be mindful of what you're going to let influence you. It could be really good. It could be not so good. But have a great trip. It'll be a lot of fun for you. Oh, you're very welcome, Valerie. I'm glad if it helped. They're saying thank you very much for appreciating it. Hi. Lots of people here today. Wonderful. Good to see you guys. Hi. This isn't for everybody. Thanks for everything. Do the spirits have a message for me? Wow. I hope you were listening. Will P and I reconcile at some point and be in a committed relationship? Well, if you keep harboring the doubts you're harboring, no. You let go of your doubt. Let go of your doubt. Or you might know a higher truth. There might be something better for you. I'm being told not to tell you the specifics of it. If you want to go really deep and do a book of reading with me. And because, so many of you want to be attached to things having to be a certain way that you can't allow the wonder of life to unfold. And there's an opportunity for you that you might be resisting because of your attempts to hold on to one thing at the expense of another, right? When I was a kid, we used to have these things, monkey bars. You'd grab a monkey bar and you'd swing your hand over to the next one, over the next one. If you didn't let go of the back hand, you're not going anywhere. If you're holding on to what's behind you, you're not going forward. You have to let go of the old past. Let it go. Let it go. You can't go forward if you're not going to do that. Hi there, guys. We got a small and mighty group today. Question from Manoj. I am trying to do a self-awareness meditation, like Vipassana, since many days, but not succeeding at all. My mind seems distracted and uncentered all the time. Any advice, please? Yes. A really simple thing I was taught, and I use it quite often. If your mind is getting really active and is not doing anything, there's two things you can do to your mind. These are two of many different things we teach in our masterclass series. One thing you can do to the mind if it's really active, is you can just put your finger, left index finger or right index finger, to your lips and just go, shh. Like, do that right now. Make that sound with your fingers to your lips. Go, shh. And watch what happens to the mind. It immediately begins to go quiet. And the other thing that you can do The other thing that you can do, well, look at your thoughts and then just simply say, I wonder what I will think of next. And watch what happens in your mind if you ask that question. I wonder what I will think of next. Those are two simple things you can do to shut the mind off, to get it quiet. Because that's all you got to learn to do. David, Maddie, thank you for that super chat, David. Really appreciate it. I love the channeling, William. I was born by a C-section. Can you speak to how this might have impacted me rather than a normal birth? Thank you. Well, yes, it has. It's when we come into this world through the natural process, you are given the opportunity to experience resistance in the very beginning, and that you can be challenged, physically challenged, in a very difficult and tight situation and circumstance and still come through. But what they're telling me to tell you about your case is that process gave you the experience that things can happen really easily for you. That things in life can happen really easily for you if you go into the right position of allowing in terms of consciousness. Stressing in the right position of allowing consciousness to just flow. Wow, that's really cool. Manoj is saying, William, that index thing really worked. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. My guides, my angels have taught me so much in these last 5 years, and they've been with me for decades. And in my own ignorance and in my own stupidity, I was never able to really hear them. And I want to tell you that it's so important and empowering to realize that you have guides and angels, God, Jesus, many other beings that will work with you that are at a high vibrational state. There's this great fear that's been propagated for about 600 years that you should fear spirits. You should fear low vibrational spirits, but there are also high vibrational spirits. Jesus is a spirit. He's not in a physical form that he was before, but he is a spiritual being. And would you ignore him? No, because he's a high vibrational. There are high vibrational beings, low vibrational beings. In our masterclass series, you will learn the difference between the two and how to connect to the higher vibrational ones and how to get rid of the lower vibrational ones so they're not influencing you and affecting you in a negative way whatsoever, right? You want to do that. Oh, Amanda, thank you for that super sticker. Really appreciate it. Yes, thank you so much. Where do I keep going? Where do I keep going when I sleep? I'm just starting my meditation journey. If you really want to go far in your meditation journey, Irene, sign up for our Masterclass series. Our Masterclass 101 begins November the 2nd of this year. Sign up for Masterclass 101. You'll be given very clear, definitive practices and instruction on how to connect to your guides, your angels, your loved ones, archangels, ascended masters, God. There's simple practices that you can learn. What's happening is you are not staying awake. We have this happen to students a lot, and they always overcome it. Where you're learning how to meditate, and suddenly your body goes, and you go, and they'll say, I fell asleep. We say, no, you didn't fall asleep. You left the mind and you left the body, but you have not developed or cultivated a position of being awake and aware, independent of your mind and body. Most people are dependent on their mind and body for the locus of their identity. So you got to keep teaching your mind and body to be still and quiet. Teach your body to be still and quiet, and stay conscious. And be aware that when your mind and body are still and quiet, that you're still awake and aware. At that point where you're still awake and aware, that's when you can begin to call in your guides and your angels. But you have to, again, we take people through a very meticulously well-defined process to help them connect to their guides and angels and how to stay awake instead of falling asleep. You're not who you've been told to think you are. Hello, Nyan. When I meditate, I experience pain in the right eye. Do I try too hard? What can I do to fix this? Thank you. If you're experiencing pain in the right eye, you're thinking too much. You need to, when you feel that pain, next time you feel that pain in the right eye, Yen, what I want you to do, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. What I want you to do is just turn to the right eye. When the pain's there, say, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I will not ignore you. Say that to the pain. I love you and I will not ignore you. Just say that, think that to the pain. And think it in a tone of voice that sounds like you mean it, right? And you'll be in for a delightful little surprise. Could you say something so that I will feel better? Thank you. There are some places I will never, ever go in life. Hi, Leslie. Something I could say that would make you feel better? Take a long, slow, deep breath, Leslie. Take a long, slow, deep breath and give your body permission to relax. And then take your right hand and put it over the physical heart center, right about here, just like that. Put your heart there, like your hand over the heart area like that as you relax the body. And just feel the whole body and just say to the whole body, I love you, even if I don't understand you. Just think or say that to the body. I love you, even if I don't understand you. And just repeat that slowly and deliberately like you mean it 3 or 4 times. Right, that'll shift your energy pretty quickly. Hi there, guys. Thank you for sharing the live. Remember to share this out with other people. Hi, William. Who was that red orb that woke me up at 2:35 a.m.? Was it an archangel? I'm getting to tell you that it was Master Saint Germain, which is very unusual because he usually works with the violet ray. He doesn't usually work with red. But I'm getting that it was Master Saint Germain. Why are my doctors taking forever to figure out my health issues with my body, mind, soul, etc.? Well, you're asking me a question. First of all, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a medical intuitive. But I can tell you what I receive. And what I'm receiving is you're seeking from man what you must seek from God. You're seeking from men what you must seek from God. You must honor and cherish the temple. Although it is shaken, it can be rebuilt. It is very important you go inside yourself. You need to restore love to both mind, body, that they may be made whole. If you depend upon the words of men, you will reap the effects of the words of men. All men can offer you is what men have to offer you. They cannot give you what they do not have. And what you need is not of this world. It is of the Spirit. And so it becomes very important and valuable for you to go within. To go within. I would recommend booking a reading with me. There's a lot of information there that I'm getting that I just don't have time to share with everybody here. Hello there. Oh, you're very welcome, Irene. What about with drug addiction and withdrawal symptoms? Same thing with drug addiction. And remember, yeah, I know. So I got a whole bunch of beings coming in. I got a friend of mine, James Nelligan, is coming in right now about drug addiction, alcoholism. He's saying, yeah, I got it. Physical symptoms. Remember, when you train your body to be a certain way, it will try to go back to that way out of habit. A really simple, we give exercises in our Masterclass 102 where we show you how to see how your subconscious mind holds itself. It wants to stay the same way all the time. Really simple things, right? Like trying to write with your opposite hand. How awkward and uncomfortable it feels, and then you don't want to do that because it's uncomfortable. So you go back to the old. Your body, because I've been through alcoholism, I've been through drug addiction, I've been through a lot of stuff, and I can say this of a truth, that the body, in and of itself, can only follow the direction you give it, but its tendency will be to go in the direction it is most comfortable with, even if that discomfort is painful. Even if that discomfort is painful. To deal with the symptoms of withdrawal, again, make certain you're properly hydrated, your body's properly mineralized, that is, you're getting the right minerals and stuff in the body, and teach the body to relax. Like I know you've got a lot, they're telling me you've got a lot of anxiety and fear that you try to suppress with the addiction you've been dealing with. And you need to deal with the anxiety and fear, and there's a simple, easy way to do that. In Masterclass 102, we walk people. I cannot tell you. We had a woman who's given up an addiction to caffeine and given up an addiction to marijuana. Because there's something inside you that's greater than all of that. And when you touch on who you really are, you won't want anything else. But there are things that you need to learn how to interact with those emotions, how to change the energy of those emotions from those experiences that you had that weren't so pleasant when you were younger, right? As most of the, or from that other lifetimes, yes, I will tell her that too. There are things from other lifetimes that you brought forward in this life, but the principles remain the same. You don't have to go back in time to fix a problem. You can heal an emotion from the past now. And there are simple ways to learn to do that. Again, we will show you how to do that. Come join us. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Sign up for, and if you sign up for our Masterclass 102, the date will be up there today. It's it begins Saturday, November the 2nd is when Masterclass 101 begins. Masterclass 102 begins November the 30th. Again, these courses change lives. We've had people that had chronic addictions that had a strong, sincere desire to let it go. And we have a wonderful team of people that works with us. We have a wonderful holistic nutritionist that can help you deal with some of the physiological effects of that, right? Because she's an expert in her field. And there are ways to deal with those things. But yes, I will. But you have to deal with the emotion. If you do not deal with the emotional energy, how to learn how to change it, you'll be stuck with it. But what we've learned, that when you stop attacking or suppressing or denying those emotions, just simply be a presence of love with your pain. That's the simplest way I can paraphrase what I've been told all the time. Be a presence of love with your pain. Be a presence of love with your guilt. Be a presence of love with your shame. Stop attacking those emotions. Stop getting angry about them, and stop watching things that feed them. Turn your frickin' television off. Stop watching Walking Dead. Stop watching these shows that put fear and terror into your mind. Stop it. Stop feeding the poison from the outside world. And start to love what's in there already. Because a part of you is terrified. You watch that type of stuff, a part of you gets terrified. You try to go to sleep at night. And you think, I can't sleep. But yeah, there's simple ways of dealing with that. Again, you can book a one-on-one session with me too. Drug, sex, and womanizer addiction can never go back. If the individual has a desire to let that go, they can let that go. Because we've had people like that come through our courses that had those concerns and considerations. Once you change an underlying function of emotion, you change the outward function of behavior. When you change the function of an internal emotion, you'll change the function of the external behavior. Because every human behavior requires an emotion. Change the emotion, the behavior changes. Somebody who's got an addiction has an emotion that drives the behavior. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just that emotion drives that behavior. Whether it's a sex addiction or a drug addiction or an alcohol addiction or a prescription medication addiction or an addiction to sex. Any addiction, any behavior, not just addiction, any behavior that a human performs has to have an emotion behind it. You cannot have a function of behavior without a function of emotion. Change the function of emotion, you change the function of behavior. Okay? Doesn't matter what it is. If the individual wants to do that, they can do it. If they don't want to change it, it won't change. If they like being addicted, they like being addicted. But yes, you can change anything. Don't ever proclaim that someone can't get over an addiction. Anybody who's truly desirous will get over an addiction. Anybody. I know that. I know that from personal experience. Oh, you're very welcome, Natalie. Drugs, sex, alcohol, or even smoking, all these addictions can be overcome. I have a lot of distress, but I would never turn to sex, drugs for comfort. Yeah, if you've got a lot of distress, Shreta, if you've got a lot of distress, sign up for our Masterclass 102. Go sign up for it. It will change your life. We have so many people that have come. We've had people that had massive anxiety. She said, you should stay. We have one student recently that says would get anxiety and would go on for days, for weeks, her anxiety. She said, now it's over in 5 minutes. That's how powerful and effective these techniques and processes that they teach us are. It's not that complex or difficult. If you're truly desirous to end your suffering, then you've come to the right place. You have. But you have to be truly desirous, and you have to be willing to do the work. It's not, and most of the work's done for you. You're actually guided. They take us by the hand. They literally walk us through that process. We're literally walking through the process by our guides, our angels. We're taken through it. It's really beautiful. Yeah, I know that's a tough one sometimes. Wow, look at all the comments. People coming on now. Thank you. I think a lot of people have trouble letting go. Well, yeah, people are made to not let go. They have trouble letting go because they believe that the physical world is the only real world. What I see, smell, touch, taste, hear, and what I think is the only real world. It's not. It's not. But they do. They're conditioned to hold on. They're watching TVs that keep them in fear, stimulated all the time by the environment to be afraid of this and afraid of that and this thing and that. And you stay in a state of fear. You're in a state of survival. You can't change anything. In a state of survival, it's fight or flight. In a state of love, it's creation. Why did I lose my ability to consciously astral travel? And am I meant to have it back? Hi, Jenny. Yes, you can activate your astral traveling abilities, but the reason a lot of people lose, especially young children, right up until around age 4, 5, 6, they travel. They tell their mommy and daddy about the traveler. They tell their mommy and daddy about the beings they're talking to. And excuse me, I just gotta adjust this. Thank you. And what's really happening is the environment impinges upon them. It fills them with fear and doubt and uncertainty. And so they stop traveling because their fear keeps them away from it. Fear stops a lot of stuff from happening in the soul, right? It really does. But yes, you can get it back pretty quickly. I think a lot of people have trouble letting go because of everything you just spoke about. I know they have. That's what we're just saying. But you can, listen, you're not your thoughts. You're not your body. The environment is just a manifestation. But there are beings in this world that benefit from you believing that there's only this world, right? But there is not. I mean, it's obvious. What the Ascended said earlier. You live in multiple worlds. The physical world, which is visible to us, right? Your body, the smells, the touches, the taste, the sky, the visible world. And there's the invisible world. Thought is an invisible world. You can look at your thoughts. You're aware of your memories. They're invisible, but you are aware of them. So there's a visible world. There's an invisible world. Most people believe there's only the visible world. That this is the real it. This is it. There's nothing else but this. I'm just going to be worm food. That's bullshit. You're not going to be just worm food. You're a soul. You're eternal. You're immortal. And you're being kept here. A lot of people are being kept here by the fear. Fear will keep you in the body. Fear will keep you in your body. Anger will keep you in your body. Guilt and shame will keep you in your body. And that's what's happening on the world. They're keeping many people trapped in this dimension with fear. Right? That's what blocks astral traveling. If you're in a state of fear, it cuts you off from that. Please don't forget to give gratitude. I do it all day, every day, and it's such a good feeling. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Joy. That's a wonderful thing. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Do you have a class starting for those who have been on the awakening journey for more than 5? I'm not sure. We are starting our Masterclass 103 next weekend, which is a more advanced program for those that have already gotten to the point where they can get their mind and body out of the way. And Masterclass 103 focuses exclusively on creation. Normally you need to take the Masterclass 102, but if you believe that you've got enough self-mastery, then you could certainly join us for Masterclass 103, which begins next Saturday. It certainly, if you're as far along as what you're indicating, then it would be a really beneficial course for you. And the beings that are coming through will certainly help you along that journey. So yeah, we got Masterclass 1. In our Masterclass series, we've been given 4 courses to teach over the last 5.5 years. And the Masterclass 101, which is about awakening. It's an introduction to connecting to your guides, your angels, ascended masters, learning the basic elements of meditation and mental mastery. Masterclass 102, which is all about liberation, liberating yourself from your mind and your body from the past, no longer having to carry forward or attack yourself. It's about overcoming old past emotions. And Masterclass 103, which deals with the process of learning creation, how to create, not create, but how to stimulate an amplification of emotional energy that will produce what you want in your life: joy, excitement, playfulness, compassion, prosperity, wealth. You can stimulate a development of those emotions, and that's Masterclass 103 focuses on that. And then there's Masterclass 104, which is transcendence, which is designed to lead people to communion with the divine inside themselves to some degree, to connect to the ascended masters like Jesus and Buddha and Yogananda, Elijah, Moses, and many of these ascended beings that have come and gone and come and gone and come and gone here to help us. And transcendence is literally about that process where the stuff of the world is not as important to you as the realization of who you are and your communion with the divine. So yeah, we have those 4 courses, and they run in cycles throughout the year. We usually get to go through 3 cycles a year. So there's like 3 101s a year. 3 of each course usually happens a year. I should make note that our courses and class courses will be changing. The prices will be changing very soon. So if you want to register now at the existing price, you might want to do that now. What about, yeah, we got that. Do you know when what I'm looking for will come in? Yes, when you allow it. When you feel it's happening, it'll happen. I would love to learn how to hear from my angels and spirit guides. Can you help? Yes, go to sign up for Masterclass 101. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and connect to that. And sign up for that class. We'll teach you through step-by-step process how to get your mind and body out of the way so that you can begin to perceive and experience or connect with the energy of your loved ones, your guides, your angels, God, the deities that want to work with you. But you have to train your awareness to see differently. Most people just see through the world, the 5 physical senses. They're stuck in this world. They don't know there's this other world of consciousness within them and around them. But yeah, sign up for Masterclass 101. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, hang on. I'll have to call her back. Wonderful. No worries. Okay, let's keep going here. Thank you so much, William. It was such a beautiful orb, and the sound like electricity. I know that's pretty cool when stuff like that happens. Someone's saying, I was there. Masterclass 102 helped me let go. So someone's saying that they were there. I don't know what you mean by that, Amanda, but I know you were in a very interesting place. Is there a holistic approach for me to get through this spiritual awakening and rebirth? Yes, sign up for masterclasses. Jump into the masterclass program. How do I sign up for Masterclass 102 on November the 30th? If you sign up right now, this says to be announced. We got all the dates that'll be going up on the website today. Just sign up for the class. You will be automatically put into the next class. We got Masterclass 102 starting November 30th, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yeah, Masterclass 102 starts November 30th and runs till December 20th. So yes, you can sign up. If you sign up for any class right now, you will be put in the next class. Unless, of course, you want to be put into a class that's like in next February or May or June. We go right through till July. With the whole schedule will be up there for you to choose from. But yeah, just put yourself in there. Say, I'm ready for the next masterclass in the notes when you sign up. And please, when you register for the masterclass series, register with the email address you want us to communicate with you through. Because your email address that you register through, you will get your study guides, you get your course itinerary. Each class is 3 weeks long. It is a workload, it is a course load. It's a very, very full course. You're studying for a good hour to 2 hours every day from Sunday to Friday. Every class is recorded, so you won't miss a class if you can't make a live event. You can watch the recording, which will be available for you in a private group wall. So you can watch it anytime, night or day, 24/7 for the duration of the course. Again, the specifics of the course are available on my website, williammichaelforbes.com. You can get an overview of what each course addresses. But what you will see in what the course description is really just a snapshot. It's just a small piece of a very big picture. And we just couldn't put in the description everything that happens in the course and all that occurs, because there's so many things that happen that are outside of what's on that description. We've had people have healings. We have people that couldn't walk that are walking. We had people that have improved their eyes, their arms, their legs, their bodies, their endocrine system, gotten over addictions, off medications. Remember, there's the only limit to this is what you are able to let yourself believe. Ultimately, what Jesus tells me all the time: what you believe, so it shall be. So yeah, go do that today. He'll only overcome his trouble if he wants to. Yeah. How do I cure the body-mind of panic attack? That's a great one, Joy. If you can sign up for Masterclass 102, go into 101 if you can, because you'll learn the basics of it there too. But Masterclass 102, we have people that have dealt with intense anxiety, guilt, shame, fear, intense abuse, that have just let all that suffering go. But that's our most popular course, Masterclass 102, because it deals with the emotional elements. Because that's the most important thing for the vast majority of people. But people that want to know how to create and manifest what they want, or people that want to go into communing with God, or knowing that part of life, they'll go on to the more advanced programs, right? Most people just want to be comfortable in this world. Good to see you too. Thank you for joining. Someone saying, I took 102. If anyone has any doubt, let me tell you how life-changing these classes are. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for sharing that, and they really are. Is there an holistic approach for me to get through my health, spiritual, physical, mental health? Absolutely. We address that. Take the master classes. It's the quickest and easiest way. And thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate it. I heard an audible voice 6 years ago saying, there's nothing to fear. Male voice. Who was that? That was Master Jesus talking to you directly. Wonderful. I think we're just about done today. A great way to start a Saturday morning. What a wonderful thing. Let's see here. I can't see the dates on the courses on your page. The dates will be going, they're in Natalia, but I'll read them to you now. So we've got from September 21st, from August 31st to September 20th, we've got our Masterclass 103 creation. September 21st to October 11th, we've got our Masterclass 104. November 2nd to 22nd, we've got Masterclass 101, which is about awakening. November 30th to December 20th, we got Masterclass 102. January 4th to January 24th, we've got Masterclass 103. And again, all those dates will be up. There's more than that. We go right through to July. I'm not going to read the whole list. But you can sign up. Whatever class you sign up, you will be put in the next upcoming one of that date. Someone's saying here, I took the master classes too. They are amazing. Transform my life. Everyone should take them. Thank you so much for saying that. Wonderful. Wonderful. Question from Daniela. Which home for next year should Nari reserve? Home by mountain or nearby duplex? One for her and one for her sister. Again, the mountains stand out the strongest energetically. That's what I'm getting, Daniela. The mountains stand out the strongest from what I'm getting at this moment. That's the strongest. The words I'm getting, the mountains will keep her on point. What do you mean by that? They're going to keep her connected to the beauty that she needs to remain connected to beauty. This is what keeps her grounded in this world. Beauty keeps her grounded in a good way in this world. She must stay around that. Hi there. I think we're good today. Wow, guys, thank you so much. 12,000 likes. I hope you remember to like, subscribe, share, follow. Whenever you come live, share this out with other people. And I want to thank the Ascended for being present with us today. I want to thank all of you for sharing your valuable time. And for those of you that want to shift and change your life, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Book a reading with me. You can even book a customized meditation with me. But you can also book our Masterclass series and sign up for that. These courses will change your life. if you're really, really serious about changing your life, these courses will do it in the easiest and simplest way I've ever witnessed in my life. And I've been through therapies and I've experienced different things. And what they've given us to teach others is the easiest and simplest process for liberating yourself from suffering. I want to wish you all a wonderful and a joyful day. And I want to say thank you again for coming out and sharing your valuable time with me. Much love, everybody. Take care.